accusing me of this. He knows there's no way in hell that's possible. Like, he knows where I've been on the phone with him all day. He knows where, like, my every movement. He knows where I was all day. Where did this come from? Way from out left field. And then when I was doing my research this week, and studying this topic, the person who was doing the video said, write this down. Narcissists are the masters of confusion. Mm-hmm. And it was like a light bulb went off. Like, oh, you're right. Like, that's where all that confusion came from. Because, again, it was a test. And each and every time I failed the test miserably. Because as an empath, all I could do was try to, make up for whatever I did wrong the last time, and next time try to do better, and do everything to please him, until one day I figured it out. Like, there's just nothing I can do to please this man. Mm-hmm. There's just nothing I can do. If I move left, I displease him. If I move right, I displease him. I move forward, I displease him. I sit down, I displease him. Like, what is it that you want from me? And so I think once I started coming to that awakening, that's when I started getting turned off. But by then I was well invested, didn't know how to just communicate that. I even suggested we go to counseling. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get to the root of this. I wanted the relationship to work.
They don't want counseling because it's going to pull the covers off of him. Did he ever accuse you?
And he's very charming. So
of course.
He can fool the drawers off of anybody, really.
Okay, yeah. So did he ever, he may not have used the word narcissist, but has he ever accused you of being or some of the traits of a narcissist at any point?
Yes.
To throw off on you?
Yes.
Because see, yes. I've had people, I'm a very confident person. I'm very confident. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm not perfect, but I'm very confident. Mm-hmm. But I've had people try to throw off that I'm a narcissist. I can't help it if I'm confident, even with all my flaws. But I'm humble. We all should be confident from the root. Now, my upbringing made me this way. My father, my mother, my confidence that I gained in doing the bodybuilding, so I didn't have the body image issues that most teenagers had. So when you are when you're confident, when you're the real thing, and I know there's so much for me to learn, and I don't know everything. I've had people who are actually narcissists based in insecurity call me one. But like you said, narcissists, they thrive on confusion. Mm-hmm. And when I looked at this individual's life, I said, you know what? All they do is indulge in confusion in their life and online. Chaos. So how am I that? When my life, I've had my times now where I had to go through the fire of confusion, not of things that I actively set to keep in motion, but things around me that were the result of poor choices. But for many years, when left alone, meaning the world and the confusing people who are sucking from your life force, there's no drama. And I'm seeing drama. So if I'm that, why is everything so peaceful and in order and in balance and productive? So you'll have people who throw off on you the very things that they are. And people judge you by the state of their own mind. A thief thinks you're going to steal from them. A gossip swears that you're talking about them. You see what I mean? So we throw off. So me, I try to throw off positivity. I try to uplift, even when I feel weak. So it's interesting how people can manipulate and throw off what they are when they're very insecure. So go ahead, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
The thing is, he didn't accuse me of narcissism until the end. Until I started standing up for myself.
So you started picking up on what was happening.
There were certain things I wouldn't tolerate. Until I would literally give him a run for his money. Then that's when I got accused of being a narcissist. But before then, he used to say things like, forget about your feelings. I don't feel. People, feelings are overrated. You know, I can't feel your pain. Stop crying. Why are you crying? I can't feel your pain.
He was reflective.
So if I was a narcissist, then in the beginning, you wouldn't have said things like that.
Yeah, because he's telling you right there.
Because narcissists don't cry.
Right.
Narcissists don't feel pain.
And he can't
narcissists
feel your
don't
pain.
feel, period.
He's telling you what he is, that he can't feel your pain. Listen to this. If I love you and we're in this relationship together, and for some reason other than narcissism, I can't feel your pain, you know what? I'm going to want to feel your pain because I love you. I want to relieve you. I have the desire to take your pain. That's why when two people love each other and one smashes their leg really bad or falls or something, you feel this hurt. Ooh, baby, please, are you okay? You want to hold them and you want to let them know that I know you're feeling pain, but I'm here, I'm with you, even though you know I can't feel it because it's a physical thing that you have, but I'm trying to feel it. That's the reaction of any normal, loving human being, is I want to share in your pain. That if we fall in poverty and I'm trying my best to get us out of it, if I'm not going to go and sneak by my friend's house and eat a full meal and come back next to you hungry, I'm going to want to find that meal and give you more. I love you. I'm in this for better or for worse, ride or die, and I'm not going anywhere until we draw our last breath. So for somebody to say,
and that's the part that confused me.
There's no commitment in
that
folks,
was the part
not
that
long
confused
term.
me because he was very giving.
You're afraid to show it because of all of the evil things that's already being done upon the earth.
That's the
type to go out and get whatever we needed. So in my mind, this man loved me.
No, but the crack dealer is always going to give a free piece of crack to the neighborhood crackheads when he opens up shop. And it's going to have more cocaine in it. So that when you get a hit of that thing, you're like, ooh, this stuff is good.
You're even more addicted.
So now you're loyal because you just swear he's going to give you that same potency.
And he would often say that. And so my whole thing was, he was trying to, when he said those things, what he was trying to create was a dynamic before I saw the first sign of narcissism. But I didn't understand it for what it was at the time. You know, I thought, we just got into an argument.
I was looking for Styles P favorite drug song.
Okay,
won't let me
do
pull
me
it
a
up
favor. I'm not going to
play
say go through every single day or week of the relationship, but lay a groundwork so that the young ladies listening to this will have an idea on how things develop. Like from the beginning, things were nice and, certain specific, because we as adults know how these things go. But then there may be somebody who doesn't understand, and we jump right into the whole narcissist and say, wait a second, just show them the transition, how things evolve. Just quickly, because, you're preaching to the choir, so I know, but go ahead for them.
When we met, to me, it happened in a very beautiful way. Neither one of us were looking, I would say, but we just kind of stumbled across each other. I had just recently gotten out of something, and he was going through his share of stuff. We met, and we liked each other. From the day that we met, we hung out every single day with each other. So to me, a couple months later, when it got physical between us, by then, he wasn't only just somebody who I was dating and someone who I was attracted to. We were best friends. I was going through a period in my life where I was relocating back into New York City, and he was one of the first people who I met besides my I guess circle of friends, or outside of my circle of friends. So we just hit it off, and we had so many nuances and things in common. And I'm a person who I follow numerology, so we had a lot of things in common when it came to birthdays and family members and names and dates, and like there was a lot. So I felt like, okay, he's the one. Okay, and he had friends female friends who I say always wanted him, just never got the opportunity with him.
They
and
go
so
to jealousy or
where
whatever
I was
the case
taking
may
this
be, the
seriously from day one, I was kind of shunned for that by those female friends
what
of
they want
his.
to do. Can't make them be
Like,
accountable or
she's
be
walking
honest.
around telling
Rock
everybody,
and roll with
you know,
those that you feel
you're
are.
her husband. Well, yeah, that's how I
can
felt.
be. And then
You
go
know?
from there, right?
I used to say he's my future husband. Things like that.
Not to get personal, but
dynamic in which I felt helpless and just had to deal with the situation.
She repeated herself.
I'm a
the
Gemini.
video went back.
A full-fledged Gemini. I've done my sun, moon, and chart and all that.
Before I went to go look for that song.
It said I'm a Gemini, Taurus. So what people don't get about me is, as nice as I could be, when I'm ready to stick to my guns, I could turn and just be as stubborn as I want to be, and stubborn. In my, stand my ground as much as I want, And so what he didn't realize by saying all of that, I was telling myself, yeah, he's right. I need to be stronger. And he was planting a seed, but it wasn't the seed that he wanted or intended to plant. It was the seed of, okay, I'm going to be strong. And once I get strong and I come to my senses, now no longer am I subdued and just going to tolerate this to the point where I don't show tears. Now I'm going to fight back. And he didn't expect that.
Yeah, he assessed you wrong. He assessed your spirit and your emotional resources wrong. It's almost like a lot of these guys or call me, oh, you're a simp. You're saying, oh, man, I'm not saying all anything.
And we're not male bashing. We're not, because females do it too.
Yeah, we're speaking in the lingo of this specific situation. So since it's him who did this,
right? And I'm straight, so we can't talk about
right. So it's a dynamic, but it's almost like these guys delight in keeping you drained, just barely alive on all fronts, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Meaning that you ever see that cat that gets a hold of that mouse? And the cat has the mouse trapped off under one of his paws. And the cat, the mouse is struggling, but the cat's playing with it, and the cat will release it and let it run maybe 3 inches. Then go grab it again,
and then grab it again.
Yeah, it's like the cat doesn't just want to eat the mouse; the cat wants to first. Sure. They get some kind of satisfaction from seeing that torture. And again, this individual who I spoke about, they would get satisfaction from seeing your pain. So they would come around when you were going through stuff because it delighted them. It gave them joy. But if it was joyous, you said, you know what? Oh man, I just got this bunch of money unexpected. I got this contract for this job and I'm doing well, and we're going to take a trip and we're on our way shopping. Not that I'm superficial, but I'm amplifying it to prove a point. They didn't stay on the phone long. But whenever it's some cataclysmic, life-changing, depressing, thing where it was a live soap opera, you couldn't keep them off the phone. 15 phone calls. So what happened? See, so these people like
going
that.
Back to what they were saying, love is a game.
These people are vampires. They bring you nothing when you look back on your connection. And of course, he was nice at the beginning and certain things. But when you look at it overall, for what they took, they brought nothing. They didn't do anything to uplift you. They didn't do anything to light your fire, to give you enthusiasm. They just took. And when they took, they delighted in when you were at a state of discomfort or lack.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, he's very crafty. Very crafty. So when good things would happen for me, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you. You know, that's dope. You did that. That's real dope. Da 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 da." But then when I was in a funk of whatever kind, he'd be like, "What's wrong? Come on, talk to me."
Yep,
and one thing about me is I don't delight or
want you to
dwell
keep the same energy.
in sadness and negative energy. So I would be like, I don't even want to talk about it because I'm trying to mentally and spiritually guide myself out of whatever this is, right? And get myself to a certain plateau. So not that I don't want to talk about it because I have a secret, but I don't want to talk about it because it's going to do no good. It's not going to fix the situation. But if I keep my mental and my spiritual up, then ideas will form, things will come, blessings of whatever kind will come. And now the situation will change. I had a friend say to me, "You don't think the situation is going to change overnight, do you?" And I said, "It may, if you just change your perception. It may not change overnight tonight. It may not change overnight tomorrow night, but it may change overnight the third night. Overnight is overnight."
Well, you know what?
So,
to that person, I'll tell them, the minute your mind changes, the minute you...
Well, I'm 36 minutes in, and that podcast is an hour and 36 minutes. So, yeah. I'm about to head inside. I forgot the music. I backed out of the app. I'm early. I was on God time though. I usually run to the door. Maybe I still can. Goddamn water. Car door making noise after it got hit. Still thankful it's still put together to still move from point A to point B. Alright, let's go. Loosen up the legs, your limbs. Go outside, hit the page. Word, that's what it is. Let me go back on and put them on a little bit.
Individual may not change overnight because it's in your heart. It changes not overnight, but immediately. It's like the fat person who, I'm not saying this to be funny to people who are overweight. I'm just saying it, just as it is. The fat person who may weigh 500 pounds and something in them clicks, where they're gonna stay on the proper healthy diet. They're gonna dedicate themselves to that workout routine. The physical weight loss may take 2 years or whatever, but she's already there. It's just a matter of time.
mentally and spiritually and emotionally already there. And so now, for it to be able to manifest itself physically is nothing. Like, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting yourself mentally to believe that this is happening, or to even know. People don't like to use the word believe to even know that this is the change. This situation is already changed. So he would get mad at me and be like, "Oh, you just don't want to tell me what's wrong." And it's like, it's not that I don't. No, it's because I'm feeding my spirit with positive things. I'm feeding my soul with what's necessary to uplift and edify me. Right? And so I would notice that when he would go through things, I would try to give off that same sense of positivity, like, well, don't think of it like that, and don't say certain things, don't speak certain things into existence on your life. And he would like, well, that shit works for you, but that's not how I work. I deal in reality, and blah, blah, blah. And, and at that point, what can I say? At that point, what can I say?
You weren't on even keel, meaning that...
No, we weren't.
So at one point you thought you were, though. I mean...
At one point I thought...
Because she did the numbers and whatever, numerology.
So what
See?
you're saying is not reality. So,
right.
That was a put down.
Because all he sees is the situation before him, the way he sees it.
Hey, Colin.
He doesn't see the change that is possible and attainable if only he can manage to get out of his own way. Literally. By physically transcending himself to a positive level on a mental, on a mental and spiritual level. He can't see it. So, at that point, what can I say? But there's been a few times that I've suggested, he try some positive techniques. There was, I would play like Les Brown in the background. And now you can't, as much crap as you talk to me, you can't talk that to Les Brown because he's on TV. He's not listening to you anyway. You see what I'm saying? Right. So now that positive energy runs through, and then he would call me up a few days later and be like, you know what? Guess what? This, that, and the other.
Like
and
he did something? Like she did something?
Yo, you were right. Blah, blah, blah.
Like she practiced?
But then the next time he would go through something again, right back down to that negative dwelling state.
Yeah, because when
the pity party, I call it.
With the techniques and the results, that was just to make you drop your guard. Because he saw that you were strong in that. And the other thing that I picked up on or I thought about was possibly you sharing Les Brown with him. How dare you have this next man talk to me, even if it's over the television? A man to correct me?
Yeah.
And I'm a narcissist?
Yeah.
I think I'm all that. And I'm trying, he has no... let it be a weak woman coming around because maybe I can use her too. But some man who's successful on TV, and you're going to suggest that I listen to him and submit to what he says? Hell no. You might have said, okay, I'll listen to it. But deep down it's like, I'm not listening to this. I'm not receiving this. Don't bring no next dick up in here to preach to me. On a basic level.
Yeah. And the only time, like, he really, really gave it a chance is when he was really, really going through something. And to be honest, I had no words. Like, I had no words to get him out of that. I had no words of positivity to give him because I just didn't know what to say. So I let Les Brown do the talking. We were riding in my car, and I turned on, my little iTunes because I downloaded Les Brown. I have Les Brown everywhere. He's on my iTunes. He's on my YouTube feed.
Stay in your zone where positivity only existed and nothing else.
I'll say the terms is only. God forbid that he's somewhere in a crowd and Les Brown is speaking and he looks down and sees a brick by his foot because Les Brown's going to have to
I'm automatically going to be cheating with Les Brown. God forbid. I'm automatically going to be, and I even say to him, like, how do you say cheating? Because we're not even together anymore. But God forbid that something like that, I'm automatically fucking Les Brown. Look,
it's almost like the Martin Lawrence a skit where he said something to the effect about, well, he was paranoid that his woman was cheating, and she was watching cartoons. He was always like this, so he says, "You're looking at Barney Rubble too hard. So what you want to FUCK Barney Rubble now?"
I guess the dude, Lance, that's him on the radio.
Oh, I know how you get down. You like listening to big black girly niggas, like stuff like that. Like I would be like, yo, like, are you for real? Like, I'm not listening to this person because I want to fuck them or because they're big black and girly. I'm listening
And maybe
because
so.
they're feeding my soul with some positive energy. Like, are you for real, dude?
Who
You know what I
will
mean?
know?
And
You're getting more explicit than him.
I'm telling you, I've been accused of that too.
And the sex is
I've
more
been
intense
accused
because,
of that too.
oh yeah, you were listening to this, right? That's what you're thinking about.
My battery, yeah.
You know, you're
84.
turned on by big black girly niggas.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm in here with these
You know, and it's like that.
You can't. You can't. Everything's changing, just fucking shit. I know the garage is back. Don't seem to do them any good.
Don't want to be in the office.
And every day we think. Bitch got it all patent down, it doesn't happen.
Peace and love.